And he was saying that men think that they are out of the game when they get in relationships. You're never out of the game. The game is never closed. You're only away from the game when you go nomad, off the grid, and you don't have no phone, you don't have no job, you don't have no way of getting food in the system, in the city. You decode yourself from all the indoctrinated paperwork. You're not owned. That's when you out of the game. When you literally eliminate your name and you become a whole nother person where nobody can find you. That's when you out of the game. Right? And me and him were saying, well, he was telling me and I was listening. And he was like, most dudes get into the relationships with people, with they lady, and they think that the game is over. They start turning soft, arguing, doing less, being less. And she starts to, do more, be more, all this and all that, pick up the slack where the dude's lacking. And that's because the dude thinks the game is over. He thinks the game is non-irrelevant. Non-irrelevant. And this is how my mind is digesting all the words my mentor is telling me. He says it in, the way he says it, but he breaks it down to the point where it's very digestible, downloadable, and to the perspective and perception of how you view life. But you understand it through his and you transfer it to yours. That's how you download things, okay? Obviously. And when he's saying this stuff, he was like, yeah, like, you can say you're out of the game of women, but you're a handsome dude, respectfully. Like, they still giving you looks. You still have to engage with that due to the fact of it's the game. That don't mean you have to go put your dick in the pussy, in the sex, in the coochie, whatever. You don't have to do that if you're trying to protect your seed. Okay, that's understandable. But if you're trying to protect your seed, you're trying to get stronger from not having sex. And you're trying to get stronger around women so that you can last around women without engaging in your lower energy to lose your seed. You have to be around that. That never registered to me since I've been practicing semen retention and enjoying the benefits, because it never registered. I was super stubborn. I thought what I knew is what I knew was the greatest of all. It was like Kobe. He said in an interview, he's like, I'm stubborn, so I'm stubborn when I'm up and I'm stubborn when I'm down. And that's like my greatest and worst curse. And I got the same shit, dude. It's like my greatest and worst curse, but you can always make the greatest, and you can always manage and make the worst the worst. It's your world. You have to be okay with your world being the greatest. You have to be confident, and at some point you have to let go of the pride and the ego and kick that motherfucker to the end of the goalpost and allow him to chase you instead of you chasing it. See how that fucking feels. Switch it up a little bit. So when he's telling me, look, you have strong, great discipline, but there's levels to it. And the levels of discipline and consistency and strength of whatever you're wanting to build strength in, there's ways to make it stronger. I thought me distancing myself from hanging out with women and not engaging with them would make it stronger. And it literally makes your engagement with them weaker, which is what you don't want if you're trying to be stronger with withholding your seed from the woman as the man, right? This is what we think. We think semen retention, no women. And it's like you're doing it incorrectly. Because when a man is withholding his seed, the whole engagement of withholding your seed is to not just get away from people just to get away. You have to have a reason and a why. Because there's nothing ick about people. Like insanely ick that unless you talk to them and engage with their deepest secrets. Okay, cool. Some ick, nasty shit. But when it comes to the point of when you get away from women, and I'm going to bring it back to what my mentor was telling me about the game and how it's really not over. This is just a side example. When you get away from women and you're not engaging with them because you want to protect your seed as a man, that's fully understandable and comfortable. You still have to know what's up with women because you live around them. You're going to be with one day. Don't know when. Not saying she's the one, but you're going to be with a woman one day. You're going to have kids with her. that game doesn't stop. And this is what he was saying. He was saying that men think they get out of the game because they get a woman by using the game. No, bruh. When you in that house with her and you still want that pussy and you still want to hang out with her, go out on dates, engage with her, nigga, that game still got to get ran. You never out of the game. It's always being played. And from my perspective, and I'm not a guy that speaks for all men,